Hello friends, I wanted to share with you my favorite plant. It's hard because orchids are a favorite. This is one of my top favorites, is the Maranta, the prayer plant. This is a type of Maranta. I actually have two different types. I have the red and I have the green. Now, everybody that I've talked to has been really scared of their care, and really it's not that hard at all. In fact, I even have some of them in terracotta pots. I actually seem to do better in terracotta than I do in the plastic pot. So the prayer plant is so beautiful because these beautiful leaves, which are like painted on almost, and they're beautiful because they fold up at night. And actually these guys right here, they have folded up for the night. I just took them out of their darker area to show you them. I'm going to actually turn this light on, see if that would help. So yeah, they have folded up for the night. And this is a good example of two different prayer plants, and this is in a terracotta pot. I find that you shouldn't dry the soil out too much between waterings, but if you do dry it a little bit, it's not the worst case thing in the world, like the worst thing in the world for the prayer plant. The Callithea is different, but which is similar, but the prayer plant seems to handle it a little bit better, at least for me. So you can see on some of the leaves here that it's a little bit crispy. And these are old leaves, and sometimes they just tend to do that anyway, but also they actually like a lot of humidity, and my house has a lot of humidity in it, even when the air conditioner's on. So I wanted to show you the two different types. Now these are actually new leaves that are just opening, so I don't want to open them too much. And this is like this is the oldest leaf of this. This is the green prayer plant. You can kind of see the markings are different than the red prayer plant. The red prayer plant has this really pretty red in the back, and the green doesn't really have that. The green is usually more green in the back. Either way, they're both beautiful, and this pot has both of them in it. And they are great in hanging baskets, which brings me to this prayer plant here, which I did have in a hanging basket, but I wanted to monitor a little bit more because I did have some die off in here. This was all very full at one point, and some of it started to die back, and I'm not really sure why. I think where it was up in the hanging basket near the fan, it was drying it out a bit. So, but I do have a new leaf here, and I just wanted to show you some of the patterns on these leaves. You can see they are beautiful, and they've inspired a lot of artwork for me. I've actually named two of my paintings after them. So there's the new leaf right here opening. So this one's actually doing much better, lower than it was sort of too, I think it was too close to the ceiling in the fan, as I said. And I actually have a Callithea that I wanted to share too. Here is my cuttings from my prayer plant, my big prayer plant, and it's doing really well too. You can see how it's sort of bending down. Like I said, it would be good in a hanging basket, but it's got a lot of new growth on it, and it is in a terracotta pot also. So you can use terracotta pots, you just have to water more often, so just keep an eye on that. And here is my Callithea. Now this is a very interesting story. This is another beautiful, beautiful plant. It's a type of prayer plant. This one also folds up at night, but it's a Callithea. We have 3 new leaves and lots of new growth coming in. Now this plant used to be completely humongous. It was beautiful. It was so large, and I forgot to water. It got spider mites, and these are the old die-off leaves, which I'm actually going to cut these back, but I just wanted to keep them to show what the spider mites did to the plant. And then I actually put this plant outside because that's what I do when I have spider mites, and it seems to really help when it's summer anyway. You can't do it in the winter time. So I'm going to cut these off today. Actually, I'm going to cut this one off too. And as you see, the plant has this new beautiful growth. I'm just keeping it in the same pot that this was the new dirt that I had transplanted it in. And I'm going to clean this all up today. But I left it here for a purpose to show you guys the old growth, and then how the calotheas, oftentimes you can just cut them all the way down and they will start to produce new growth. It's really exciting. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I would say the care on them is fairly simple. It's not really that hard. You just have to try to keep the soil moist but not wet. You don't want them to be sitting in water. I use a well-draining soil, but not cactus soil, something that has a little bit more moisture holding capability. And they don't need tons of plant food, although I do feed them some organic fish food here and there. They really are prone more to getting spider mites, I noticed, than anything else. What else? If you have a lot of humidity, they would love it. If you have bright light but not direct light, they cannot take direct light. If you have direct light, it will fade. These will all fade away. Sort of like this one is faded, but this leaf is just really old, and I might even cut that back this week. But yeah, this I actually had put outside, and not in direct sun though, in the shade, and it was fine, except for, well, bees started to do this, but it was from the spider mites too. But then this new growth came in, so I would say, you know, bright light is great for them, but they can do better. They can do well, sorry, in darker situations. I mean, I don't think any plant really is going to do well in no light at all. Obviously, they're not going to survive. But if you have a lower light situation, they can thrive, and they can still produce leaves. This guy right here, I have away from the window, so far away from the window, and it's doing great. So you can do that without seeing the growth too studded, which is amazing. So if you have a situation where you don't have a lot of light and you want a beautiful, gorgeous plant such as this, then I recommend a prayer plant, and they're my favorite plants. So thank you for watching. I hope you will like my video. I'm new to this, but I know I'm supposed to say to, you know, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to be making this a frequent thing where I share my knowledge of plants with you, because I really do love them so much and they bring so much joy to my life. So thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.